I figured I'd show you how to paint the edges, the grooves. I've got my 2.5-inch paintbrush, and I'm just going to concentrate on these grooves. Because I can't get this with my paint roller, right? Dip and go. I want to make sure I get plenty paint on there. Clean off the inside 45-degree corners like that. Oh, we got it trained. Boy, listen to that thing. Okay. I was telling Mommy, I hear the train blowing by, but I don't usually hear it blowing its horn because there's no street right out there. I want to get all the outside off. Okay? And I first tried doing this with a throwaway paintbrush, just a 2-inch. It was working. If I had to do it with one door, I could use just a throwaway paintbrush, but it was taking too long, and some of the bristles were falling off. It's way better to have a professional paintbrush. And this is a 2.5-inch. You see, and it's also cut at the angle. See, like that, and it's also kind of tapered. And it's got a long handle. This thing works good. I don't know if this is horse's hair or what. I've had this thing forever. This is Performance Select 2.5-inch for all paints, oils and stains. Professional quality, handcrafted, 100% tapered filament. And you know, there's so many different kinds at the paint store or at Home Depot, wherever you go. All right. Okay, where was I? I think I got the top one done. And then I want to clean off the edges because this is all smooth on the face. And when I do it with the paint roller, I'm going to put a little stipple on it, but in here, I still have to get it as smooth as I can. That's why I'm doing it with this paintbrush. Oh, okay, I did that top edge. That's what it was. Concentrate on getting it all, and the outside surface is where you're going to put the roller. And see, I like to do this first because any excess paint I get over on the outside surface, I'm going to go back over with the roller and put the stipple finish on there. I say that it's just whatever roller you use, it's gonna put a finish on there. It's not going to be perfectly smooth. I'm going to use a 1/4-inch snap roller. I don't know if they make one any flatter than that. And it's still gonna make a little stippled finish on there. Just a little, hardly any. Okay? Oh, I'm gonna go around that and double check that. Okay? And I've already done the little edges, and then anywhere where I saw little dirt marks or marks that went all the way down. Man, there was a little drip right there. I try to be as careful as I can, and you know, I probably should walk back and check them after I do 4 or 5, then go back, because on one of them, a little bit, you know, I painted around the edge, and I thought, oh, I'll be real careful with that. Got a little paint right there, and then it ran, and I saw it later, and I tried to scrape it off, and obviously I put a mark on it. I'm going to have to sand that and fix it before I do the paint roller. But see, I haven't really been checking going back, and I probably should, because there was just a little overage right there. Yeah, I'm seeing there's a few spots on some of these doors, and so I might want to just take a perusal. You know, I'm hoping most of this I did really good, but you want to go back and check, and I should have done that. You know, these look pretty good, because with semi-gloss, if you get it on there too thick, it could have a tendency to ball off, you know, in certain spots. Like, see, there's a spot right there. I'm glad I caught that, because before the ball rolls off and skins over the top, I can wipe it off, because these doors were just done. Okay, now all of those, that area looks good. There's just a little edge right there. Okay, these look good. Oh, there's one little spot right there, gone. Let's see if I miss that. Then after it dries, it's like, how do you clean that off? You try to scrape it off. I'd have to scrape it off and then lightly touch it up. You know, I mean, everything's fixable, right? But it's best to check them. See, there was another little spot right there. That's because that little bit of paint was just a hair thicker than everywhere else. Okay? These are looking good. All right. Oh, there's another little spot right there. Okay? So when I get done with this whole job, after I do the paint roller and stuff, I'm going to look at these doors, you know, after they dry, and I'm going to look at them with a fine-tooth comb. And if I see little areas that I need to do something, and lightly sand somewhere or scrape something off, then I can touch it up at the end. Okay? Ah, there's another little spot right there. Okay, got that. Yeah, I thought, oh, I'll be careful, nothing's gonna happen. And sure enough, it's gonna happen to the best of us. You know? Okay, that's looking good. This one's, and that's another reason why I have the light on, so that I can see certain things. If you don't have enough light on your project, you might not see those things, you know? something there, okay. Like if I had just the one little dinky garage light on, it wouldn't really be enough. Okay, wow. It's funny, sometimes when I'm making a video, it reminds me about checking on certain things, okay? And there's only so good you can do it. You know, on how thick it goes on and all of that. I mean, it's a happy medium. You just do the best you can, get over to the next door, and when you get done with 2 or 3 doors, then go back and see. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. I tried to do all this in one go with one bit of paint, and I thought, no, because if I don't get it all, I'm not going to really see that till later, am I? There. See? Now that to me looks really good, but when I turn my back and get on to another one, there might be a little bit of extra thickness in one little area, and gravity is going to pull it down. Okay, and I've been using this the whole time, just like this. Works out good. My little paint can. And I don't put a whole lot of paint in it. You know, the more paint you have in it, the heavier it is. And you may think, what's the big deal? Well, you'll know when you get going on it, okay? Now, where the transitions are, double checking that, looking at that all looks good. See, even there, I could have maybe done it with just one bit of paint and just slathered it on there, but I find sometimes I don't have enough, and this paint is almost the same color as what was on the door before. I can tell it's just a hair brighter, just a bit. Okay, let's see. I'm doing the best I can like that. When I turn around, there's probably going to be a little sag one place or another. That's just how it is when you're using semi-gloss paint. Okay, that's what this is here. Semi-gloss latex. Okay. Looks like I know what I'm doing, huh? But you'll get good. You don't have to be a professional painter. I'm not a professional painter by any means. I only paint once in a while, but I know how to do it, and you will too. Just get in there, and you learn as you go. Here's a little... you learn as you go, and you just get better. You know? You might have a few accidents now and again. But why pay somebody else when you can do it yourself, right? I'm saving a buku amount of money by doing it myself. And I didn't have anything else to do. I might as well do it. It gives me satisfaction of standing back and thinking, wow, look at that. I did pretty good on that. Little knee pad here. Yeah, one door at a time. You know, all the stuff I'm doing here, guess what? It's all on the back side of the door too, right? Well, I've already done the back side. And, you know, I didn't check any of the little corners. I'll bet you there's a few that have runned. Oh, boiler. Okay. There. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep going. I've got 2 sets of bifold doors to still do, and I got that little small door to do. And on the bifolds were taking a little bit of time. See, I had to kind of set them out at a slight angle to get this. And the last person, they didn't really paint this edge very well, and so I put a full coat of paint on there with my paintbrush because I'm not going to be able to get to it later. And then these edges were still raw from me sanding them. They're nice and smooth now. You should be able to put your thumb on there, your finger on there. It should be nice and smooth. No roughness, no sharpness, no slivers, no nothing. Okay, so I did that while I was doing the rest. Now this is dry for me to flip this around because I've done this at the outside of this. You know, just these areas, boom, boom, boom. And I've got to flip those around. And I've got that door to do on just this side, and then I got to flip those doors around and do that. And you know what? Let me just flip this one door here. Yeah, that's dry enough for me to move it. Okay. Because what I'm going to have to do with this is I'm going to have to double check it, and I should have flipped it around after I did that because I can see some bits that ran, and I'm going to end up painting this area with the paintbrush a little bit so that when I do the roller later, I won't get too close to this edge, you know, because then it will build up from the back side. And yes, I'm going to have to fix those little marks because it built up from. See, when I was painting this, I was trying to be careful not to get my paintbrush too far on the other side. Well, you can see there, see the true runs there, see the runs up here, and there's one, there's a couple down there. I think they're still wet enough for me to mess with and get them off and fix that now. And see, I should have paid more attention. After I did this, I was thinking, oh, I should probably flip it around when this is still wet, but I was concerned that this might touch that, but it's not. You know, there's a gap there. I should have done that, dabbity nabbit. My loss is your gain, okay? All right, better get back to work. Yeah, I've got all the edges done and these cutouts. And see, these doors are still wet, but because I did the little outside corner edges first, those are pretty much dry. And I don't really have to lift the doors up per se. I just wanted to show you real quick. You know, if the edge of the door still is wet, it's not really wet because it's already dried, and because I got the screws on the bottom of the door, I can just grab it here. Even though this edge right here is still wet, I can just take this and just walk it back and forth like that. If you don't want to lift the door, you know, if you got some solid doors or whatever, see, I can lift it with a little bit of effort if they're just hollow core doors, right? But I can just tilt it back and forth like that, get back into place. And even though the backside of that door is wet, I can start working on these and do the edges wherever I think they need to, and then I'll do the cutouts. Okay? See, I don't have to wait for the door to get dry or anything before I keep working at it. And I give myself a little bit of a gap between each door, you know, 6 inches or so. And the doors weren't fitting up on this wall perfectly, so I took the wider doors and put them on the end wall and stuff, on the end wall, and then I had to swap out a door over here and put a 30-inch door, and then take the 28-inch wide door and stick it over there, and then I had enough room. See the gaps that I have between these doors? Okay? And so now I'll just keep flipping the rest of these doors so I can start painting on this back side. I've already flipped these doors. And, you know, little by little, I'll get her done.